Scorpio, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising sign. I always create an extended reading. Most of you guys know that already. You can get the Unbound membership to this channel, and that will give you unlimited access to every single extended reading that I create, as well as all the exclusive content and all the channel perks. So check that out. But you can also go get to it by its personal link. So by the extended link. So check below. I'll leave the links in the description box right below, and I'll also pin them to the top of the comment section. Okay, it's a powerful week for you, and actually exceptionally beautiful. Mars, which is your traditional ruler, is in a really powerful position this week, and I absolutely love that energy. But what's coming off Pluto, it's very powerful, but I definitely want to warn you. I want to warn you. So we're going to get deeper into the astrology. Guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Scorpio content is uploaded and premieres every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I hope to see you guys there. And I also do daily live chats on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link above somewhere here so that you can find me there. I may or may not be doing them this week because I'm in the middle of moving. I'll be in Austin, Texas soon. So I just want to let you guys know that I may or may not be there. But generally speaking, I do daily readings over there, and I'd love to have you guys join. So Mars is in a beautiful position. It is trine to the sun. I believe it's also trine to what is it, Jupiter? Oh, I just can't remember. But it's forming this beautiful grand trine in the sky. A lot of harmony in feeling capable of doing things. It's trine to the sun, and then it's trine. I'll figure it out. Harmony in knowing how to do things, and in knowing your ability to do things, like feeling certain and secure with yourself when it comes to how to go about talking to people, since Mars is in Gemini right now, how to get things done, how to find information. Now, information is the key here, because Pluto, which is your primary modern ruling dignitary, Pluto is trine to Mercury. That's very beautiful energy, because it means you are going to be so empowered this week to be able to dig really deep and get information and work really hard at it. And like this is the time to dig deep and study and put your mind to task, because you will get excellent progress from it. But here is my warning, and it's so important that you know this. Mercury is compromised. Not from Pluto. The trine is beautiful, but Mercury is, I believe, once again, it's out of retrograde, but because of its retrograde, it is opposite Neptune again, which is really fogging and mucking up its ability to think clearly and actually not be deceived, right? And I believe it's square to Mars, which means that it's rushing to conclusions, and it may believe delusional, silly, or stupid things. So even though you guys are not there, that's not you, but since you're in a harmony with Mercury, I want you to think twice and do some extra investigation when it comes to the information you receive, especially when it comes to somebody who's having trouble making up their mind, who you can almost sense they're trying to intentionally be overly diplomatic, or when it comes to situations within your relationship or with close, intimate, long-term personal relationships with others. Since Mercury, Mercury has gone back into Virgo, hasn't it? I thought it was in but it retrograded back into Virgo. But still, when somebody is having trouble making up their mind, or their speech seems really scattered, and things just don't add up, you could feel it. Please dig deep. please, because please dig deeper and maybe get a cross-reference or a second opinion. Mercury is retrograded back into Virgo, so especially when it comes to second opinions, when it comes to medicine or health or taking care of yourself, because the information itself that you're getting, that you're ready to jump into and work with, could be corrupted by Mercury itself. Like everybody says, don't blame the messenger. You absolutely can blame the messenger this week because the messenger might be just not capable at this point of seeing clearly and delivering the correct message, or being able to correctly or accurately interpret it, or articulately relay the message to you. So just take it as a grain of salt at this point, and be okay with it. It's not somebody actually being malicious. I think that it's somebody who is just confused themselves, and they're in kind of a ruckus in their own mind, and it's got to have time to pass. But even like written information, documentation, cross-reference it with something and get a second opinion. And that trine to Mercury is going to really help you, because you'll have the patience to do that. You'll have the patience, happy birthday Doug Denny, to go the extra mile. But ultimately, it's a really nice, harmonious week for both of your ruling energies. Just be conscious of that. Crow spirit, co-create with spirit, which is basically bringing something to life, bringing something out of the darkness. So you're intuitively, you know something's going on. You can feel it. It doesn't have to have been brought to light yet. Been brought to light, not life. It already has some sort of life. Scorpio, this is when your psyche, your intuition is going haywire. It's bringing something up. It just doesn't have form yet. Crow, in Native American lore, and I forget which tribe it was, the crow was basically the wings that light rode out of the dark on. So think about that, and that's why crow is very shamanic. Those things that are mysteries, those things that are in the dark, those things that are hard to understand. Crow is an energy that brings it to something that is palpable. So something is coming into your higher consciousness now. It's coming into your higher awareness, and this is an energy which you're going to have the ability to be comfortable with it, which tells me that this could be in other times, in other weeks, it could have been difficult for you to accept, but now there's just like this curiosity about, oh, let me see where this goes, or oh wow, it's almost like you're an objective observer, which is why you're not trying to stop it, block it, or you maybe take time out. Brown bear spirit, take time out is here, so there could be a little bit of defensiveness. There could be a little bit of this is hard, maybe not like you're fighting it, but you're like, whoa, I don't want to hear this right now. That kind of energy is that like something that you don't want to hear right now. And that you may have to take a second from. I don't think it's going as far, and I'm sorry because it's so hot here. I'm stumbling over my words, I apologize. But I don't think it's because it's not so much denial as in you're not ready. You're not ready to hear it. Or and this is, I think, the larger probability for most of you guys, and leave the comments below because I want to know how you are experiencing this energy, which of the two ways, or if it's a different way. This could be that you're bringing something to light about an authority figure, or you're bringing something up, or something's coming out about an authority figure, a parental figure, especially a maternal figure, and it's not going to be easily accepted. Somebody's going to challenge you. You may be getting that kind of fight back, especially from somebody who's a little bit off their rocker or delusional right now, or just not ready to accept truths, or knows the truth but doesn't want to. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're bringing something to light right now to a bear, and they don't want to hear it, and they don't want to look at it, and they want to step back from it. But there it is. So that's something that we have to get deeper into. Take the lead. which is in reverse. This is actually a very good card, and it's a good card, plain and simple. I shouldn't prejudice any card. They are all good in their own way. And if you're interested in the decks, guys, I get these questions a lot, so I'm just taking a second. I don't make any money off this. They're in the description box. I take the time to attach the links every single week. They're in the description box. So if you're curious about my decks, two of my favorites are Colette Baron Reed. Colette Baron Reed, the last name is hyphenated. She creates exceptional decks. She's probably one of my favorite creators, but there's a bunch of decks that I love, and you'll see the ones that I use all the time, and they're all listed below. It's not an advertisement, it's just that you're asking, and they're there. The information's already there for you. Take the lead. This card in reverse, you know, sometimes reverse makes it a little wonky. No, for me, this is a sense of either A, sit back and let things unfold themselves, because the best way to let this happen is to let it play out and really kind of just be like, I'm just going to listen. I'm just going to watch. I'm going to let this happen. And it seems like it already has enough momentum. So it's not like you're laughing at it, but it's almost like an objective position could be the best position for you right now. Or you're taking root and Spirit is calling you, and you'll feel this in your gut. Spirit is calling you to not back down, to take root like a tree and refuse to budge, not in a stubbornness, but in a certainty. A certainty of awareness that something has to be brought to light, even if somebody isn't going to like it and they could come at you in a very scary, frightening way. Let me know in the comments below. That'd be really interesting to know. And even if I don't respond to your comments, I do try to read them, so it's worth it. It's like, don't back down. So once again, I'm getting two different interpretations of the cards, and I'm assuming it's because there are two different kind of like energies out there that are like almost two different groups of you guys this week. But you could be experiencing a mashup of these energies in different parts of your life too, right? One is asking you to sort of be objective and let it roll out and sort of let its own awkwardness and stubbornness take care of itself, or root yourself. And I'm telling you right now, because I can feel it in me, you'll feel it. If that's you, if that's what God's asking you to do, you'll feel this, I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down, not to be right. It's got nothing to do with being right. It's got everything to do with knowing that this is the right thing to do. Like knowing that, I don't know, there's a certainty here, there's an awareness here that you can't escape and you don't want to escape. And whatever somebody's reaction is their reaction. But ultimately, their reaction doesn't have anything to do with what you know is the truth. At all. Oh, I told you, this is powerful. This is a powerful, powerful energy. Scorpio. We have time for a beginner mind. Tread lightly. In any situation, it doesn't mean you go at it like a bear. I feel like somebody's coming at you. You're like a tree. Just stand firm in your knowledge and your knowing and your wisdom. Time for a beginner mind means somebody's prickly. It's not that, and this is a good sign actually. It doesn't mean that they're gonna come at you and that they're gonna like try to rip you apart. There is potential for them to open their mind to this, but they're prickly. This is porcupine, time for a beginner mind, but they're not comfortable, right? So it's almost like they might go from bear to wanting to be furious and wanting to attack you to being prickly. And they're kind of curious, but they're also still very defensive. So that's why you got to watch, because remember the symbology of the animal. Porcupines don't give you a chance to bite them. They don't fucking do it. You know, porcupines shoot their shit at you so that you're hurting and they can scurry away. It's a defensive mechanism. It's not like they even stay around to see how much they hurt you. They don't eat other creatures. They're herbivores, I believe. Yeah, unless they eat bugs or something. which would not make them an herbivore, but they're not hunters. They're not predators like that. So it's like, you know, if they're scared, if you know, it's like, and that's why you got to think of yourself like a tree. I want you to like just take a second and breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Maybe if you're really spiritual and you're a very tactile person, take some time this week and go actually sit beneath a tree and meditate and take your shoes off and, you know, let yourself be rooted near that tree to kind of remind yourself, and others of you could use visualization techniques. Trees are steadfast. They're not stubborn. This is how they are. They're just certain of what they are and how they grow and what they know. So that's the universe telling you through this message that this is the best way to go about dealing with this ferocity that you're coming up against, because this person thinks they know, or they are confused, or they're scared about something, and there's so much going on. We'll get deeper into it. We still have the extended, right? But then they're also, in some ways, they're kind of open to it. But how open? Well, listen. Nobody is completely open. Like it's not like they're ready to just dive in. We don't have the whale diving in. This isn't the whale card. This is, I'm curious, but I'm defensive. So to be like the tree, there's a sense of certainty. Like porcupines aren't going to shoot their arrows, the quills. They're not going to shoot at a tree. They're not scared of a tree because the tree is calm. A tree is patient. A tree isn't getting in its face. You know, a tree isn't going anywhere. They're letting it sniff around, move around, bask in its shade, or rest in its shade. You know, maybe eat some of the leaves. You know, like it's like trees don't have to be anything but what they are. And that's the best approach for this energy that's coming at you this week. And now if the energy in some, and I think this is very minority, but I'll just say it. If this energy is you, and you're finding yourself really confused and making decisions based on delusions, and you'll know this, this is the big reveal here. It's anger. It's got anger and frustration with it. And you're going to find yourself fighting with a lot of people because they're trying to tell you that something's going on, but you don't want to listen, right? So that could be you. And you'll know, wait, I'm fighting with everybody. Or why is everybody arguing with me? Because they're all trying to tell you that what you're saying doesn't make sense, but you're not listening. And that's just something that you have to become very aware of, and I hope that you can. I think most of you, it's A or B. This C group, fine. This is how you're experiencing the week. I'm glad you're watching this video, and I hope it can help you be aware of sort of the signs that you have to look for, because it'll be most challenging for you. It'll be most challenging for you because when we're the ones, that's the bear and the porcupine, we don't necessarily understand. And but you'll feel, if you can feel the defensiveness, if you can feel the aggression, if you can feel like you're always combating things, or people, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. If you hear yourself saying, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, then you know you're group C. And you just got to take some breaths still, seek the tree, seek grounding. It means you've got a lot of kind of chaotic energy that's bouncing all around inside of you. You got to take your feet and put them in the sand, put them in the dirt. I don't care if it's your garden, I don't care if it's the beach, I don't care if it's a mountaintop, it's a spiritual mound, whatever it is, earth. Because you have so much, your group C, I'm just going to call it, I don't normally do this, but it's all coming out this way. You're going to have to ground yourself. There's so much energy that just needs to be neutralized. And the earth is the only thing that's really going to be able to do it for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and say group C, especially if you say, okay, I'm feeling crazy a little. I'm not saying that to be insulting, but I'm feeling kind of crazy, and I'm kind of feeling all agitated and angry. This is something that's natural, that's happening inside your body. Our body creates all these like I don't know what they call free radicals or whatever. And just like a live wire, it needs to be wrapped in rubber to be grounded. You need to be grounded too, and the earth does that for you. So it'll actually, and do it, don't just do it once, do it every single day. I've watched this YouTube video on grounding, and the gentleman who had actually done research on it and proved that it works, it works to actually take down inflammation, and inflammation is the cause of heart attacks. It's the cause of most deaths in human beings. Like, it's the cause of so much bad stuff. It takes down inflammation. So it's an actual grounding is an anti-inflammatory. I know, warning, go watch the video. I am not a doctor. I choose this as a spiritual belief, but go research yourself. Disclaimer, don't everybody come at me. Don't even report me and shit. But ultimately, what you need is to do the grounding every day. It doesn't have to be for an hour a day. It doesn't have to be for a half hour. It's the findings in this video were that consistency, doing it every day, even if it's just for 30 seconds or a minute while you're walking around outside or you're stretching and doing yoga, or even if it's just for a minute. It's the consistency that works better than the time that you spend doing it. You have to do it every single day to give your body that release and help calm it down. So that, listen, it's good for all you guys, but especially Group C. Let's go to the extended, because there's a lot we have to dig into about this energy and a lot of questions that were raised in the reading. And I invite you over. Let's go. The links are below. I'll see you guys there.